So are you also of the opinion that not all African artists make Afrobeat?
Not all Nigerian artists even make Afrobeats. 100%. It's like Johnny Drew doesn't make Afrobeats. Manny Wells doesn't make Afrobeats. Right? Ooh, ooh. This is not Afrobeats. Like it does. There's so many. There's Afropop. There's Afrobeats. There's alter music. There's R&B coming out from there as well. There's Amapiano. There's Kona or something from East Africa. There's so much coming from there. There's Juju. If you ask me, if we want to be super technical, I will even say that the Afrobeats that we are calling Afrobeats today is Afrofusion. Afrobeat is still Seun Kuti, Femi Kuti.
Yeah, that's without the S. That's the Afrobeat. Yeah.
Jesus Christ! I hear you.
I think we coined. Yeah,
I've heard this.
Yeah.
Exactly, but it makes no fucking sense to me. Like Afrobeat, and I do Afrobeat without the S. Afrobeat. Because one had one beat and the other has many beats. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, I mean that was sort of that came up as a clarification of the genre, right? Because
I think
at the point it already happened, and everyone just felt like, okay, everyone is already calling it Afrobeat, so let's just figure out a way to differentiate these two. So there wasn't a way to retract that at that point. That was why. I believe it's like or it's just to sort of fix things. Like, okay,
Oh, interesting stuff. Do you know this man called Naija Shimadu?
No.
Naija Shimadu is this old one that is always like, he calls Whiskey Ibrahim.
Oh, I know him.
Like, my boy Ibrahim.
Ibrahim,
Naija Shimadu.
Ibrahim,
Ibrahim, go drop one from you now.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's crazy that you and Wizkid actually have the same name. We should plug some of your songs on this one very soon.
Yeah.
So that they know that it could have been when the society was deciding, it could have been you or Wiz, but well.
I still find that like surprising even to me when I just see the name and I'm like, this guy is actually my namesake, man. Like, it's just, you can't really,
Exactly. But Naija Shimadu was saying, people say Afrobeat took over the world. And his own stance is like, what the hell is that lie? Afrobeat hasn't taken over the world because I've gone to a lot of African shows and 99.9% of people in those shows are Africans. And I was like, pause. Egbon, you meant to say 99.9% were blacks. They are not necessarily Africans. You wouldn't even know that. Yeah, exactly. Because you don't have that number of Africans filling up Burna Boy shows in the US. We are not that many out there. So just old, but I understand that Afrobeat has pushed the boundaries of the global market. Actually, K-pop and Afrobeat are the fastest growing genre globally. So we are definitely pushing the boundaries, and it's just that we're also still much more accepted in the black community. We stormed Asia, but it's India that picked us. They have some dark skin. Like there's a little bit of connection with this thing as well. And I don't know if there's a cultural connection to that as well. But yes, majority of the people that have accepted Afrobeat, we are definitely breaking those grounds. Spotify is recognizing, Grammy is recognizing. They literally had to separate. Do you know that in the Grammys, I think K-pop don't have their own awards yet. They are still part of Global Music Album or whatever. And all this other genre from Europe and stuff, they still lump them together under Global Music Album as like, Global Music. African music has its own category in the Grammys now. So everyone is recognizing that we are breaking those grounds and we are moving forward. So, Egbon, yes, we are definitely taking over the world,
Even before now, like, as far back as like 10 years ago, right? Afrobeat had a strong hold of the culture in the Caribbean, right? Like the likes of Timaya, Pato Rankin, they were already massive. I still find that shocking, like just thinking back and realizing like, these guys were really huge in like Jamaica, in like all these other Caribbean countries, and they are mostly filled with black people. So Yeah, definitely not just.
But was it Afrobeats? Because I remember Pato Rankin and Timaya did a lot of patois type songs as well.
Yeah, they
In
have
the
a genre for
it was
that,
it was
like
a fusion.
fusion of
Yeah, it was a
yeah.
fusion with what they had in the Caribbean, so it was quite easy for them to
Yeah,
flow into
maybe
the
Afro
market.
dancehall
I
you'd
think,
say, or maybe.
yeah, the Afro dancer, I think that was what they did. Because what's different with Afrobeat is that we are actually going in there with Yoruba men. Like, we're going there with Pidgin. Like, we're going there with Igbo. The Nigerian beat and the lyrics that these people just, they don't even know what it is. You know? And the go and shayo. And the go and
It
shayo.
was like when Awilo Logumba like blew in Nigeria, no? We didn't know what he was saying, but it was fire, man.
Exactly. That's a different type of breakthrough that we're seeing now, and it's fucking amazing, man. Fucking amazing. And I have to say, props to the guys that actually led the way, because I'm thinking about it now that a lot of people have contributed to it, and we have to say, yeah, we're still moving forward. There's still a lot to be done. In keeping originality, continuing to innovate as well, because we might get stuck on a particular sound and we miss out on all the different sounds that we used to enjoy before. I also like that we have some, the altered genre for me, for example. There are moments where I'm just stuck on that, I'm stuck on those type of music. And
It's lo-fi African thing, because that's like one new sound for me that I find quite enchanting, bro.
I think the altered, because altered took from it, but lo-fi, I think it's almost just like a musical sound. It's not necessarily African. It's not. It's just a musical sound. But there are people making Afro lo-fi. Let me put it that way.